Okay, so in this problem where it says compare the features of tables versus graphs, we are looking at parabolas and then a table that's also going to be a quadratic equation. So the problem is asking the y-intercept of f of x is blank and the y-intercept of g of x is blank. Therefore, f of x has a greater or smaller than y-intercept than f of x. So the first thing is I want to know what the y-intercept of f of x is, my y-intercept of f of x, and I know this is f of x because it tells you graph of f of x. My y-intercept is 6. And then the y-intercept of g of x in a table, my x has to be 0, so my y-intercept is 4. Therefore, f of x has a greater y-intercept than g of x since 6 is greater than 4. Okay, so in this problem, they're also talking about quadratics again, and they are wanting to know about the maximum and minimum values. So let's look at f of x first. F of x is up here. Minimum values would have to refer to your vertex, so we know this is a minimum. And the minimum value is always your y of the vertex, so your y is 5. Makes it no maximum then, since we have a minimum. The blank value of g of x. So if we were to imagine drawing this on a graph, 2, 15, 3, 9, 4, 7. Let me open up Desmos. And you can do the same thing as you're doing it so you can visualize it. My points are 2, negative 15. And we'll see it there. 3, 9. 4, 7. 5, 9, and 6, 15. Okay, and if you were to draw the parabola through these points, you'll notice it has a minimum also. And the minimum value, so your y value of your vertex, and this was your 4, 7 point. So your minimum of your vertex is 7, making no maximum. Therefore, f of x has a smaller, since 5 is smaller than 7, minimum than g of x. Let's see if they give me any more. Okay. These ones are just talking about linear functions, f of x and g of x. Talking about the x-intercept, so we look at our x-intercept of f of x, which is this top one here, is 3. And the x-intercept of g of x, so when our y is 0, since we're looking for our x-intercept, is negative 2. Therefore, f of x has a greater, since 3 is bigger than negative 2, x-intercept.